Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, I'm Dian Sarisah from class A. Today, I'm going to show you guys my task about literary and no literary translation, and it's about gain and loss in translation. Okay, as you can see on the screen, you can see my PowerPoint about literary and non-literary translation. Okay, next. So guys, what we're going to learn today, number one, you can see literary translation concepts and characteristic. And second, we are going to learn about non-literary translation concepts and characteristics. Number three, the difference between literary translation and non-literary translation. Okay, and number four, gain and loss in translation. Okay, next. Okay, first, guys, you must know that literary text can be recognized as literary and artistic forms divided into many genres such as poetry, novels, prose, essays, and dramas. According to the age of creation and origin, it can be divided into ancient literature, modern literature, Chinese literature, and foreign literature. And it combined with their own ideological systems. Literary texts are concise works created by writers through careful observation and thinking of life. Okay, therefore, literary texts have specific attributes such as uniqueness, thinking, artistry, and value. Okay, next. And you can see and you can read this. The creators of non-literary texts are experts, scholars, technicians, advertisers, etc. And it also working in professional fields. Okay, number one, the first, literary translation concepts and characteristics. Okay, here you go. You can see, guys, in this process of literary translation, not only the original meaning of the article should be translated, but also the historical environment of the author in the creative process. So the language habits of the country and other factors, when combined with our language, it is used to restore the article, and the reader should not feel the rigid conversation of semantics in the translation. We can see the rest. We can read the rest. Okay. And second, moving on to non-literary translation concepts and characteristics. Okay, through the above introduction to literary translation, we can know that drama, prose, novels, etc. all belong to literary translation. So, what are the common non-literary translation? Due to the objective reality of literary text, the scope of non-literary translation includes politics, economy, and business. So, there are the following 3 points. Number one, first, according to the needs of the customers who provide the text. You can read the rest. And second, the second is an objective and true description of the translated text without any personal emotion. And the third is a simple language, classified according to the attributes of the article, and then translated accordingly according to the different categories. Okay, next. The difference between literary translation and non-literary translation. Okay, first, differences in translation object. In the above, we already know, guys. We already know that literary works are arts with yearnings and appreciation for beauty, compared with literary works, non-literary works, to focus more on reality. From the perspective of translation, the documents that literary translation contacts are classic works and have higher requirements for the translations. Translators' literary literacy and literary creation ability. Okay, you can read the rest. Okay, next, guys. Next, the second, differences in translation requirements. There are many standards of translation and most professionals engaged in translation have put forward their own opinions. So here, their opinions have guiding significance for the translation of ordinary articles. However, due to different themes and types of translation and different uses, the translation requirements are also different to a certain extent. Okay, next. So there's a lot to read, guys. You can read the rest because I also will send this PPT for our Google Classroom. Okay. Third, differences in language features. The language difference between literary translation and non-literature mainly depends on the purpose and function of the translated work. The translation of literary works aims to meet the spiritual needs of the readers. And also, therefore, in terms of language style, the author of the translation is required to use enough vivid, lyrical, and creative vocabulary. And third, integration between the sentence pattern and the sense of above and below the repeated use of vocabulary expresses the original author's ideological connotation and social life status as well as the character's complex emotions. So guys, you can read the rest. It's too long. Okay, I think it's the last for number 2. Differences in translation thinking. At this level, you can see at the level of translation thinking, literary translation does not require high levels of rigorous translation thinking and logical accuracy. And literary translation can be based on the understanding of the core ideas and themes of literary text. Okay, this is too long for me to read all of this, and you can see the rest. Okay, number 5. Okay, it's until 5. I don't think it's until 5 yesterday. Okay, differences in the quality of translators. Both literary translation and non-literary translation are different, guys. It's a different types of translation, and the quality of article translation has a great relationship with the quality level of the translators. Okay. Next, gain and loss in translation. Okay, gain and loss in translation. For more explanation, I will give you. I will give you a short video. You can see a short video here. If you can't open this, okay, you just click the link below here.
Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS.
Okay, I think she is an Indian.
In this video, let's have a look at loss and gain in translation. Once the principle is accepted that sameness cannot exist between two languages, it becomes possible to approach the question of loss and gain in the translation process. Moreover, what is often seen as lost from the SL context may be replaced in the TL context. For example, you can see that in Warden Suray's translations of Petrarch. Eugenida gives information about the problems of loss in translation. He, in particular, talks about the difficulties encountered by the translator when faced with terms or concepts in the SL that do not exist in the TL. He cites the case of Yayaca, a language of southern Venezuela. There is little trouble in finding satisfactory terms for the English murder, stealing, lying, etc. Terms for good, bad, ugly, and beautiful cover a different area of meaning. Nida points out that the language does not follow a dichotomous classification of good and bad, but a trichotomous one as follows.
Okay guys, I think you can click the link below here because it's too long if I play here. Okay, I'm sorry if there's a mistake about my presentation, but stay safe, everybody. Okay, there's quotes by me. Progress can only happen when you realize that learning should be endless. Okay, thank you very much.